Good morning to you. So we're not talking about a household name here, but let's just be clear. This is someone whose job in the administration was extraordinarily important. He was basically responsible for keeping the election safe, and pretty much, by all accounts, that is exactly what he did. And yet for speaking out against the president and these repeated false claims, he's now out of a job this morning. Overnight, President Trump fired via Twitter a top election security official who had publicly rebuked his false claims of massive voter fraud. Christopher Krebs, an appointee of the president, ran the Department of Homeland Security's Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency until, that is, President Trump ousted him effective immediately. Krebs, one of few inside the administration to go public with concerns about the president's baseless, rigged election claims. Just hours before he was fired, Krebs gutted a central claim of the president's that glitches in voting machines changed votes for him to Joe Biden. Krebs calling the assertion false, tweeting, "Protect 2020. It echoed a tersely worded statement from his agency days earlier, saying there is no evidence that any voting system deleted or lost votes, changed votes, or was in any way compromised, and flat out declaring this election the most secure in American history. President Trump calling Krebs' statement highly inaccurate, but even that claim was promptly slapped with a warning label by Twitter. Krebs' ouster drew immediate outrage from many on Capitol Hill.
This has been the story of the Trump administration for 4 years. Anyone that had the audacity to speak truth to power, anybody that wouldn't carry the president's false line, would get fired and replaced by someone who would.
Nebraska Republican Senator Ben Sasse saying Krebs obviously should not be fired. It's just the latest move from a president seeming more desperate by the day to cling to a false reality, a mindset fueled, according to sources, largely by Rudy Giuliani, who made his first appearance as head of the president's re-election legal team in a Pennsylvania courtroom on Tuesday. A last-ditch effort, but the reality of the 18 post-election lawsuits filed by the president's campaign, so far the courts have quashed 14 of them. So we're basically now at a sink or swim moment for the president and this campaign to actually show some proof. A number of states have deadlines to certify their elections that are coming up in just a matter of days. We're talking about places like Pennsylvania and Georgia. And then on top of that, the Electoral College, George, they meet in just 26 days to cast their vote for this president. So the clock, as they say, is officially ticking.
It certainly is, Cecilia. And last night there was another bizarre and outrageous development in Michigan. Republican officials tried to block the certification of votes from Detroit.
Yeah, this is a real head scratcher, but at the end of the day, the bottom line is, look, Joe Biden won the state of Michigan by 148,000 some odd votes there. There is no evidence that anything nefarious actually happened, but what a head scratcher. Republicans on this Wayne County Board of Canvassers, that includes the Detroit area, they tried to stop the formal certification process for this election. Basically, that means they went against the will of the voters. The president and his team cheered the move on, but then after that initial vote, they voted again and reversed the decision. That was in the face of widespread criticism and allegations of racism, given Detroit's large African-American population there. The board, again, voting for Joe Biden at the end of the day. But we could be seeing this in a number of other states, George, as Republicans are attempting to basically stop this formal certification process. Places like Arizona and Pennsylvania even.
Right. The outcry was immediate, though. Okay, Cecilia, thanks very much.